ahead and have Coach Kelsey start us off with an opening statement.
So Eric Martin, who's the coach of South Carolina State's kind of a Cincinnati legend, and that's my hometown. As you guys know, he was on the 92 Final Four team, which is one of the great Cincinnati teams of all time. He played for Bob Huggins, who's a Cincinnati icon, and then he coached under Coach Huggins. And I have a ton of respect for him. His kids always play hard, just like Coach Huggins' teams did. They had a phenomenal year last year, lost a ton of players. I think they're top 6 scorers, I believe. And he's kind of rebuilding again, but got a ton of respect for him. He's going like that in the coaching profession, in my opinion. I was proud of our guys in a game like that. When you're up by a huge margin, it's easy to let your foot off the gas in the possession-by-possession process that we talk about. And I kept reminding those guys that the score's 0-0. Don't pay attention to results. Just be great in this next possession. I felt like they stayed true to our pick-and-roll coverage responsibilities, our transition defense responsibilities, our guard the ball, our gaps. And because of that, we get better coming out of this game. If it's 10 minutes left and we're up by a bunch, and then we just start playing, just kind of hanging out, then we take a step backwards. So that's what I was most proud of.
Take questions for Coach. The mics around the room. We'll start off with Eric.
Just going on that, I would wager 95% of games that get in that situation, it does just get to hanging out. How hard is it for a group of guys to be at that kind of a focus? I mean, first game
it's a great teaching opportunity, right? As the head coach and as a leader, because it's what we preach all the time. You could come out of a game and win by whatever we won by, and you could win by 30, 40 points, and you could be really disappointed because you weren't on the things that you hold, that you value. So we have an older group and a veteran group. I was saying it in the huddle, but they were kind of saying it before I even got there. So just proud of their mentality, how they continue to attack.
Coach, in the first half, didn't give up your first field goal made until, I believe, 10 minutes into the first half. Only 3 field goals made for South Carolina State the whole first half. A lot of second efforts, second, third deflections, things of that, just effort plays. What does that mean, that it really seemed like they almost had more energy defensively than even on the offensive end?
Yeah, I think so. Big point of emphasis was limiting their second shots, because they're a very good offensive rebounding team. I mean, they crash hard. I told them it was going to be collisions all night long, but we had to go out and hit first and not allow them to get their, their sprint-ins, if you will, and get close to the basket. And there were a lot of scrums, and I thought we came up with a ton of 50-50 balls. And the thing that ultimately we probably didn't do as well as I wanted is guarding without fouling. They shot too many free throws and kind of took the air out of the momentum of the game a little bit. But some of those were like holds and grabs. Those are just kind of undisciplined plays that we can clean up.
Some of the things that come out of a game like this, you chop it up, it won't necessarily play out the same. But I thought the way you guys passed the ball, insist on 69% made baskets, seems like something that's going to stick for this. Did you recruit to that? Did you purposely, figure that it was going to be a lot of ball sharing rather than having getting the guy who needs the ball and is ball dominant on offense?
Well, I think the ball has energy, right? When the ball moves, your offense has energy. We got selfless guys. Just like sticking to our defensive principles when we were up by a lot of points, we continued to share when we were up by a lot of points. It's easy to all of a sudden start saying, well, man, I want to get mine, I want to get my points. And that's something else, and I'm glad you brought it up, that we continued to give up good for great. And we're always hunting great on offense. And our guys know what our great shots that we hunt. And they did. They shared it. It's a selfless group.
Other questions for Coach Kelsey? Brooks?
This was a career high for Kanai. I mean, he was able to showcase a lot of stuff in the second half. I'm just curious, where do you see the biggest growth in him? Now here he is as a sophomore. I'm heading into the second year of your system.
Well, he's growth in a lot of ways. One, physically he's grown. We came back. It's already been documented. You guys have written about it. We came back in the summer like, gosh, he looks taller. And then Eli measured him, and he had grown like an inch or an inch and a half. And he's got those big, wide, clothes hanger shoulders, and now he's putting weight on. He just continues to work. He's got a great way about him. Loves the game. He's we all know he's extremely talented, but he is a unbelievable teammate. Phenomenal teammate. Like, Kanai is so much about others and so much about his teammates and sacrificing for those guys. Everything that we value in our program, he exemplifies. And he's just going to continue to go like this.
Yeah, just to follow up on that, when he was in here, he spoke about, you're emphasizing players when they get their name called, to empty the tank, and that's something that with him, like you talked about like a lot last year when he had those moments and he had those spurts, he seemed to empty the tank.
He does.
Just, do you feel like that he's kind of like a leader in that sense? Kind of like setting an example in that way.
Yeah, he leads by example. I mean, he leads with his voice. I mean, just because you're not a quote-unquote captain doesn't mean you're a leader. I mean, Kanai is always encouraging other guys. On the bench, he's communicating with other guys, and he really does empty the tank. I mean, there's some times that we were joking. It's like he blacks out there. He just plays to exhaustion. He's just like coming over, and his eyes are like rolling back a little bit. You tell him to go try to get every single rebound, and he literally tries to go get every single rebound. So, no, he's fun to coach, and he's a really good player.
All right.
I think.
We'll wrap it up.
Do you have one?
Oh. Okay, Tony, go ahead.
Curious what you think about your team in transition and what you thought about the atmosphere of the crowd tonight.
Yeah, I thought, obviously if we got a huge lead, it's hard for the crowd to maintain that energy all the time. But there were a couple big runs and big moments and big dunks where there was a big explosion. It's tough. It's a late game, 9 o'clock on a school night. So, I was impressed with the energy they brought. I want to give a big shout out to my beloved student body. I thought the Kansas game, they were unbelievable. I thought they came big tonight. I went up because my mom reminded me when we beat Bucknell, I didn't go up into the stands to thank the students, so she doesn't like that. And I just totally forgot. I was walking out, and she goes, "You didn't thank the students." So by that time, there wasn't many left, but I still went up and dapped a few up. Those are my dogs.
Rashawn will go last one here.
Sonata Fruit just seems like he's getting more and more active tonight. It seemed like he completely shut down anything in the paint. He wouldn't let the guys get down there. Can you just talk about, it just seems like every game he's getting better and better and better.
Sonata's an exceptional defender. He's a really good defender. He's long, he's got good timing, he touches the ball, he blocks shots. He's really good in pick and roll defense. He's a 6'11", 260. He's a big, strong kid. So, it's like the one game, I forget what it was. Maybe it was Kansas where I think he had one field goal attempt, but I told you guys, he graded really highly in our overall efficiency because he affected the game in a lot of different ways that maybe don't show up on the stat sheet. And, so thought he did a good job. You could tell he's getting more comfortable, and he's going to be really good for us.
All right, thanks everyone. We'll see you Thursday.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks for sticking with us. Long night.
Yeah. Take the rest of the night off.